Guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Battlefield Waltz, potentially finishing Tifalet's route today. We'll see. Eternal Prison is the name of this ending. Yeah, because I was like, I forgot 5 minutes after we got into it, and I was like, wait, what is it? Something bad. Yeah, doesn't bode well. We had our beautiful moment. Sorry, Bird, I was adjusting the headset volume. Okay, and what are our bets? Over under on the music going janky, despite the fact that I've been sitting here for a while and that's fine. Oh. Probably? Yeah, probably, given. Hi, what are you doing? You stop. You know what? It would have been better if I left you downstairs. He's like, no. He's like, you tried to. I did. I came upstairs and then I was like, okay, you didn't want to come with me. You were eating snacks or whatever. And I was like, fine. I'll organize our laundry, our light pile and our dark pile. Because we got a new dress that's dark, and I don't want the color, because it's velvets, to bleed onto other new lighter things. So we had to separate. And then I'm like, I'll go down and get the bird. I was like, I am stuck on fourth stair purgatory, like where the banister meets the wall. I'm just leaning against the wall waiting for him. He's playing with his toys, and I'm like, are you coming with me? And then he's like, I'm going to go eat. You're watching me, right? And I'm like, this is my life now. I'm just watching the bird play and eat, because that's what he wants. He doesn't want to come with me. He just wants me to watch him. I'm like, what the fuck? And, from that vantage point, I looked over and I went, wow. I'm not sure if I should be disturbed or laugh. I laughed because I'm like, I'm never touching that. My light in my living room, it's like an outdoor light. I didn't get like a real indoor light because then most indoor lights for living rooms are like, here's your light that has a fan. I'm never going to have a fan on, so what's the point of spending money on a ceiling fan? Because I can't turn a fan on with a bird. I got one from my bedroom. It's not very bright. I like the glowing brightness that is my light in my living room. That's because it probably was like made for outdoors, but I'm like, who cares? I'll put it in my living room. It's not very big, and it doesn't hang very far off the ceiling, but I was like, you can always tell when you go over, if you glance up at it, you're like, yeah, there's stuff in the little glass bowl, And because it's not translucent glass, it's totally transparent, you're like, I can tell they're saying I should probably take it down and clean it out. And then I went, yeah, I'm never doing that. You know how many spider webs are probably inside the fucking glass bowl of the lamp? Because I'm pretty sure there's 2 giant ones holding the lamp up onto the ceiling. I'm like, some spider lives in that lamp and I'm not touching it. I hope a bulb never goes out, because fuck. Oh, dear God. You don't notice the spider webs that they have woven from your ceiling to your light unless you're at an angle where you can see that. And I'm not normally at an angle where I can see that. I mean, walking up the stairs, yes, but I don't normally look over there. But I was like, wow, spiders, man. Spiders are going bonkers in my house. It's fine. They keep the bugs away. Whatever. At this point, I'm a spider queen. I don't know how it happened, but it's probably because the second I put stuff on my patio at my old apartment, and I turned my back and then looked back again. It was Spidertopia, and it looked like Halloween permanently. And I was like, I'm never going on my patio again. And when I had to move and I took my outdoor furniture in, I had to hose it. I was like, I was so terrified. I'm pretty sure I brought in 5 million spiders and I brought them here with me. These are probably generations of spiders that have lived with me in the apartment. And they're like, the lady. Oh, and like, I'm exalted as their god or something because I don't smoosh them. Because, why? They're mostly small, and they hang out in the ceilings, and they eat the little bugs and gnats, so whatever! Except for that one that tried to hug me that time. Like, listen! You can be happy that I let you live in this house. Please don't try to hug me. What the fuck? It landed on me. It was coming down from the ceiling, and I was like, that's probably the ceiling spider, the lamp spider. That lamp spider. There's one in the dining room lamp, too, but whatever. And I was like, I could see him coming down, and I'm like, you're coming down right above my coffee table. And so I, blew on him so he would go flying across the room. I'm like, go land on the floor or go run away. And then I swear to God, it was like an hour later. I've told you the story before, and all of a sudden I'm like, what the fuck? And he's in my lap. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. He was on my blanket, and I screamed and flung him, but I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to kill him, because, again, he's a little spider, but Jesus, don't be on me. Don't try to hug me. You could just eat the bugs. I won't squish you. But, please, for the love of God, don't be on me. Holy hell. Like, there is a line. Spiders, like... I mean, the bird notices them half the time. He freaks out, and I'm like, it's just the ceiling spider. It's fine. It's just Gary. He's fine. Gary was our wall spider that lived on the stairwell. I don't know what happened to Gary. We probably have Gary Jr., 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 Jr. now. We used to name them, but now it's just we don't see the same ones anymore, so who knows. Anyway. This is why you have friends, kids. Otherwise, you start naming spiders in your house. But, Tifalette's mysteries. When it got dark, I came back here. I wondered if Tifalette would appear or not. Because he might be a ghost, right? But the person who approached me was not someone who I expected. Not Mephisto, then. Ah, Queen. When she said not who I expected, this is kind of where my brain was going. It has withered quite a bit. I had no idea that Queen Kiora would come here at this hour without any of her attendants. Queen Kiora, hold. Got a dry spot in my throat. Good evening. I'm sorry if I scared you. Queen Kiora stood next to me and touched the trunk. Her profile resembled his. Okay, see? So we're putting the pieces together. They related. I wanted to ask what brought her here, but I couldn't bring myself to voice it. Poor thing. Huh? He did nothing wrong, yet I ended up forcing him to face such a cruel fate. Wait, eternal prison. Is he trapped? That's why he hates the tree? Is his soul trapped in the tree? And that's why we see the ghost? Or whatever? Like, is there some kind of weird, like, his soul is trapped in the tree? Yeah? Tree? Grave? Queen Kiora? But nothing can be done. Well, if it isn't our benevolent queen. Mephisto! May I ask what brings you here at this hour? No. Do not tell me you intend to drag her into this. I cannot say. It depends on her choice. I will not allow that! Queen Kiora? You must not lay a finger on her! Wow, Queen Kiora always seemed like she was buddy-buddy with Mephisto, but she seems to hate him too. Am I the only one that loves Mephisto? I guess he's supposed to be, like, bad or something, but I don't know, I'm kind of here for it. You are as kind as ever. However, do you know the reason humans make their most foolish decisions? How would I know that? Love. A deep, deep emotion towards someone else. I merely provide suggestions. Whether or not they make one is up to that human. I never forced a pact onto anyone. There goes the music, right? It is always you humans who make that choice. Actually, it sounds fine. I think it was just a dip and I heard it right as I paused in my sentence. Mephisto? Oh no. So many flowers have wilted. Mephisto touched a wilted lunaria flower. In the next moment, a flame emitted from his palm, engulfing the flower. Do you think, okay, if Tifalette's trapped in the tree, or that's his soul, we're going to give up our soul to put in the tree with him to keep the tree alive, and then we'll basically be like a ghost like him? Or like a shadow of ourselves? Because, I mean, like... But then will I have no memory of anyone or anything? How would I remember Tifalette? He must be lonely. He is all alone after... Stop it! Queen Kiora cried out loud. He is all alone. Yep, okay, Tifalette's the fucking tree, isn't he? Should we call him Treefalette now? A dark mist rose up and wrapped around my legs. I cannot pronounce whatever the fuck she's trying to say. She's putting a spell out there, though. The music goes janky, and then it gets fine. And then it goes janky, and it gets fine. It's driving me bonkers. Don't worry. I just purified it. That was amazing. That was a Deimos, wasn't it? Yes. I'm sorry if it scared you. I'm surprised it got in. Perhaps my defense magic has weakened. It goes janky, and then it gets better, and then it goes janky, and it gets better, and it's annoying the fuck out of me. Okay, maybe it'll be okay now. I've literally stopped and started the recording like 6 fucking times. And every time it'll be like, get it glitchy, and then it'll be like, and it's like, what the fuck? Sometimes it starts instantly, and other times you're a couple seconds in, and you're like, okay, it might be, never mind. But I'm tired of like the fact that I could sit here for 30, 40, 50, I could sit here for 2 minutes. I've done that before. I've sat here literally staring into space for 2 minutes listening, and it's perfectly fine, and then I start recording, and it gets janky like another 2 minutes in, and I'm like, I'm not going to sit here with 5 minutes of lead time. That's a pain in my fucking ass. What the hell? But like, it's so fucking irritating. I don't know. Oh my god. I will return to the castle to cast a new spell to the magic circle immediately. It's alright. Don't worry. I will protect all of you. You have my word. Yeah, but you're not answering questions, and we know some weird shit's happening, so. Quinkura quickly walked away, and we were left behind. Again, it's very weird, because she runs away, basically. Instead, she's like, no, you can't make a pact, blah, blah, blah. And then she leaves, and it's like, instead of, but now you leave me alone with Mephisto, and I can make very bad decisions right now. I see that it pains her to reveal the truth. Mephisto... Now you see it, do you not? I'm not the one who has secrets. It is her. Mephisto gave me his typical smile and walked away. One of the withered lunaria petals fell onto my shoulder. I had no idea how long I sat there at the tree's roots. Yeah, and like she's not telling us anything, and it's like, you can't keep avoiding this, and the fact that it's the end of the route! Fucking reveal the secrets! Like, they're really dragging it out, you know what I mean? And it's like, this is not the time to drag it out. There you are. It's almost lights out. Oh. Go back to your room. I'm sorry. At the very least, it didn't seem like Tiferet would appear tonight. I wondered if he'd come here alone after I fell asleep. Hey. Don't you have a wish? Or do you have everything you want? Is that why you won't help me? No, that's not it. Then go ask Mephisto one more time. Girl, he said no! Let it go! No means no! Like, damn, woman! Instructor... He won't listen to me, no matter how many times I ask him. Please stop. I understand how sad it is to lose your family. I've lost my father, too. But Mephisto is dangerous. You shouldn't go anywhere near him. Hey, look, we think he's dangerous. It's too late for that now. He must have something to do with the lunaria flowers withering. Something terrible could happen at any time. So what? You think you can threaten me? Instructor, I don't care if a war or disaster occurs. If it's going to destroy the world, so be it. Because a world without him brings nothing but pain. She's unhinged. I mean, I get it. The person you cared about the most, your brother, is dead, but it's like, you do need to learn how to move on. Like, it's going to take a while, sure, but like... And Mephisto, I mean, he should literally just say, I cannot bring the dead back to life. He probably can, though, so... The next day, Instructor Mia was in charge of her first class. She looked exactly the same as any other day and taught the lesson. No one besides me knew about her desperate wish. I didn't feel superior because I knew. I didn't even want to know about it. I only felt a little jealous of her. Something bad was happening to Tiferet. I knew that, but I couldn't do anything. What if I made a pact with Mephisto? Would Tiferet... No, I shouldn't think about that. I must go to Tifelet's shop after class. Hi, what you doing? I was just looking at you because you're snuggling them up against my hand. You're so cute. My hand is like curled up against my shoulder and he's like smooshed in it. Tiferet, are you there? I opened the door to the shop and froze. Tiferet was standing still with a vacant look in his eyes. Tifalet! Huh? I was relieved to see that reaction. Huh? What was I? What's wrong? You were out of it! I tried to smile as cheerfully as possible, trying to remove my anxiety. I don't know why, but I've been having this weird feeling lately. You have? How can I explain it? It's kind of like I'm not myself. Wait, no. It's like someone is calling me. Tifalet, I'm having the same dream every night. What kind of dream? I see myself standing in a place I don't recognize, and he makes the sad smile when he notices me. That's all, though. That's a mysterious dream. Who's he? At that place. I know I've never been there before, but it feels familiar. Huh. I remember the book I read in the library. It was as if... But it doesn't feel very ominous. It's like I'm starting to regain my memories. I mean, that's what I would have assumed, too. That was written in the book, too. It mentioned that some people regained their memories while others didn't. I'm thinking of the worst again. I wrote about it on my lantern. Why isn't it coming true? I want to keep things as they are. I prefer the world I share with you. Tifalet frowned in irritation and grabbed my shoulders. This world I share with... Tifalet? The light in his eyes vanished, replaced by a blank stare. His hands on my shoulders went limp. No. No. You're wrong. Hey, what's the matter? I cautiously tugged at his arm. He was real. I could feel his warmth through my hand. But his hand stayed limp like a doll's. Tifalet, what? No! I don't want to do that! Tifalet, what's wrong? He's remembering shit. I would never wish for that. I won't drag her into this mess. Stop talking to me. You'll never deceive me. I'll never make her suffer. I will not lock her up. Oh, well, we did say something about eternal prison. Because I love her. I hope you're arguing with Mephisto in your head and not remembering the past. And like, you know. In the next moment, Tifalet vanished before my eyes. His scream echoed in my ears. Okay. Tifalet? I hesitantly turned around. He might have meant to tease me with magic. I expected him to stand behind me with his usual mischievous smile. Okay, that'd be kind of cold. But there was no one in the shop. He wasn't in front of the stand he often used to weigh the medicines or the table where he served tea. Nowhere. No, it can't be. This is terrible. I ran out of the shop. See, I'm wondering if he hears Mephisto in his head. Or like, whatever. Because, you know what? If he's trapped in the tree, if he is the tree, he's tied to the tree, Mephisto could be talking to the tree like, you should just have her trapped in the tree with you. So, is the tree at the metaphorical cage in this route? Because... Can't say I'm opposed to that. I mean, on one hand, it's like, but on the other hand, it's kind of like a cage, so we like cages. He's not here either? I ran all the way to the academy that headed here immediately. I was sure he'd be here, but he wasn't. No. I was afraid he really had vanished. That thought haunted my mind, and I broke out in a cold sweat. Looking for the mage, young lady. Mephisto! I can take you to where he is if you'd like. I instinctively glared at him. I knew that this man would have the most accurate information about what happened to Tifalet, yet I was too emotional. You're going to take me to the underground of the graveyard and show me that he's dead, aren't you? It's fine if you don't want to see him. But if you do, hurry or it could be too late. We're going to the graveyard and you're going to show me he's dead and he's been a ghost the whole fucking time. Yeah, okay. All right. Where is he? He took me to the underground area. It was the same as last time. The air was moldy and countless caskets aligned. He's not here. Wait a second, did you deceive me? How rude of you to accuse me of that. You still haven't realized it. I mean, because Asaka said he's definitely... Oh, fucking A. Well, I mean, I didn't have that on my bingo card until Asaka said it, so... Realized what? That the Lunaria tree is right above here. I was startled by his words. Since we used the stairs to reach the underground, my sense of direction was off, but... Where's Tifalet? Tifalet is the tree. Right here. He smiled so happily that I reflexively backed away. No, he isn't! If you're joking... My arm was suddenly pulled back roughly, and a silver blade gleamed. Freeze! Instructor? You're like, I am trying to figure out what happened to my boyfriend! Fuck off, bitch! Instructor Mia placed the knife closer to my throat. Mephisto, you must make a pact with me, or else I'll... I didn't sense any impending danger. Instructor Mia's hand was slightly trembling the entire time. I was actually confident I could escape. The reason why I didn't was because I knew how she felt. She just wanted to bring her brother back to life. I'd be like, will you shut up and let me figure out what's happening to my boyfriend? God, you know what happened to your brother. Simmer down, bitch. I thought you'd be smarter than this, Mia. I don't care. I will be as big of a fool as I have to be for my wish to be granted. If you want to kill her, go right ahead. That seems like a bad ending. And yet then we could be dead with Tifalet, so maybe it's not a bad... I'm very confused. What? It's true that I've taken a liking to her, but I'm not interested in a physical body that will age and rot. If anything, I'd thank you for killing her. I shall take her beautiful soul for myself when it escapes her body. I'm sorry, what? And now go on. I'm serious here. I'm really trying to kill her, you know? I look forward to seeing how serious you are. Now slice her throat in one fell swoop. Mephisto, you... Enough of this nonsense! Just why? Why won't you seal a pact with me? What am I supposed to offer you? Do you still not understand, Mia? I've heard you mention what you value the most yourself multiple times. Huh? We've met much too late. What you value most is already gone from this world. Then... Or would you be able to summon your dear brother's soul from the underworld? It's foolish! I simply want to have fun, Mia. Have fun? Humans are such enjoyable creatures. They cannot live without fulfilling their desires. They struggle to grant their wishes, and then they fall into despair. The sight of them controlled by their desires, yet they continue to yearn. It's humorous and beautiful indeed. And I want to see it with my own eyes. So, I like humanity as more like, I like watching you fuckers suffer. Kinda. Huh. It makes sense. You... demon! I am indeed a demon. It's like, state of the obvious, Mia. You knew he was gonna have a good response to that. The graceful smile he made in that moment was carved into the memories of Instructor Mia and me. What did you think I was? I introduced myself as a demon, did I not? Shut up! She swung the blade upwards in her outburst, inadvertently slicing my throat. A sharp pain ran through me. I could tell that it wasn't fatal, but the smell of blood spread with every drop on the cobblestone. Yeah, okay, great, but now I'm not going to find out that Tifalet's dead and he's the tree. Could you... Yep. There's Tifalet. What? Look at... he's... Oh, his hair is all... Why is his hair 82 feet long? Was this when he was like the prince or something? He's all chained up. He's chained here. Wait. So how is Steve... Okay, wait. So, like, I still think we're on the right track with the brother she gave him, like, he sold whatever to save whatever. But, like, you chained up physically here and, like, is but yet you don't remember and yet you still have a physical form that you're able to, like, piece out into town. It's really confusing. We'll find out. What? The world had changed. What I saw in front of me weren't caskets, but... How interesting. The blood of your beloved maiden has made you manifest yourself. Tiferet? I refused to think about what had happened. His hair was longer, but his handsome looks and moonlight-colored eyes were the same. Oh, that was you, demon. What do you want with me now? Don't say such sad things, mage. I came to see how you may be doing in this prison because I was worried. Yeah, eternal prison, so he's been trapped here. You mean you're here to laugh at me? No need for such sycophantic remarks. Wow. Tiferet, the greatest mage in Milvaria. No, I should say in all of Ortesia. I knew that he was Tiferet by his looks, but the moment that name was mentioned, my body immediately started to feel weak. What, the name Tiferet was mentioned? Okay, I don't... By the way, who's that girl by your side? And whose sacrifice is it? Tifa... I was about to shout, but held it down. No, not yet. I see. And that may mean that my words can still reach her. Young lady with beautiful blue eyes, you must leave this place at once. Do not be deceived by the demon's honeyed words. You'll face nothing but despair. Be gone. Now. Oh, so, like, Tifa, like, wasn't wrong. Okay, so his assumption that he's gonna see, well, maybe I shouldn't have called him stupid for being like, that's wrong. You're not gonna, like, forget everything. But yes, because the Tiferet that's out in the world doesn't remember, but the Tiferet that's trapped here doesn't remember what's happening to the Tiferet who's out in the world. It's almost like they're two different people. It's like a split personality kind of thing. So, okay, that's not I get my memories back. That's my other personality takes over, kind of. But, you know. I immediately noticed that all memories about me were completely gone from within him. You haven't sealed a pact with the demon yet, have you? Then you still have time. Cover your ears from his words, turn around, and leave. Mephisto's laughter echoed, causing this dark emotion to stir inside me. Mephisto, what's going on here? I am forbidden from speaking of it. Tell me! Tell me everything you know! Why is Tiferet like this? Did you hear that, mage? She is an acquaintance of your ghost. Okay, so the Tiferet we know is a ghost. That's why he doesn't remember. Okay, so that's not even a split personality. It's like there's actual Tiferet who's trapped down here, and then there's ghost Tiferet who's wandering around. I wanted to cover my ears like Tiferet told me to from these cruel words. But deep down I knew that I must listen to more of them that were about to come true. My ghost. Ah, so you know him. Is he doing well? So you know you have a ghost counterpart. Okay, this is getting weirder. Tiferet made a sorrowful smile. It was enough to tear my heart apart. What do you mean by that? I held back my tears and asked with a quivering voice. Oh, so you weren't told anything. I am keeping the promise. A promise, you say? What a joke it is to hear that word come from you. Your kind elder sister has erased everything from history to retain your honor. Okay, so yeah, we were right about the sister thing. Elder sister? I saw it coming. I already knew who his elder sister was. When she talked about Tiferet, she made such an affectionate expression, but it wasn't a romantic one. See, I mean, like, there was, like, the fear, but then as soon as they said that line a couple parts ago, I was like, okay. His sister, well, very.
I see. That's all I need to know.
Tifalet, if you do not want her to seal a pact with me, why don't you tell her the truth? Mephisto?
Right. My time of pure boredom will continue for all of eternity. Perhaps there's some time to speak a little of the past. Allow me to tell you
How are we getting a happy ending out of this? Wow.
of the reason why I'm here.
He gazed at me with those beautiful golden eyes and smiled.
Mephisto, how much time has passed since then?
In human terms, about 100 years.
100 years. Only that much.
100 years? That was enough confirmation for me. I mean, we already knew when the ghost hit the thing that when Tifalet crossed, we knew that he's the one who created. And when the way Mephisto was like, "Oh, he created the seal. Oh, he lost a lot. That made you did it." The way he looked at him, and they even said the way, like the look he gave him was like, "That's obvious. We knew." But I said nothing and waited for Tifalet to continue. We don't know the full story and how he ended up here in the pact and all that shit, but
You may not know this, but there was an enemy attack on the capital 100 years ago. I was still when my father sat on the throne.
I knew it. Tifalet did know her very well.
My father, the former king, dedicated his life to the unification of Ortesia. Actually, the royal family of Milvaria has upheld that ideal for generations. However, that was for the sake of peace. None of the Milvarian kings, including my father, were foolish enough to repeat cruel wars for no reason. They negotiated peace as much as possible, and detested unnecessary bloodshed. Little by little they expanded our borders, and then the war against the neighboring...
Wait, neighboring Form? Well, I'm guessing that's the name of a city, but that looks ridiculous.
Our last enemy had begun. The war lasted a year along the borders. Milvaria was placed at a disadvantage.
Then, Forme? Any way you say it sounds stupid. I'm probably saying it like there's probably some kind of weird accent that I don't have, but anyway.
Initiated an all-out assault on the capital.
Tifalet trailed off and gazed into the distance as if he were looking at the past.
Father and his people fought valiantly. It wasn't a hopeless battle. But that was when the mage of
whatever,
used the forbidden spell. The souls of soldiers who died in battle were gathered and turned into demos. It was a disgusting number of them.
What I heard up to that point was mostly the same as what Ioana Mephisto said. But as for the seal, well, nobody ever mentioned a forbidden spell. It was someone who dies in battle, your soul could turn into one, not a spell caused it to happen. That's different.
The manipulated demos were about to invade every part of the capital. The skies were dyed black, and these apparitions, amplified by mana, attacked the people and destroyed buildings. My father also fell to the enemy attacks. In that atrocious world, I made a wish. I wished for powerful mana that could seal the demos away. And that was when it appeared before me.
Oh, he looks pissed, so I'm assuming it's Mephisto. Yep, there he is. I slowly looked at the man standing next to me. He was smiling in the same way he always did.
A demon that went by the name of Mephisto.
We should have known with a name like Mephisto that he was a demon right off the bat, but whatever. Feelings of despair accumulated within me very quietly.
Of course, there were conditions. In order to seal away the demos that had completely surrounded the capital, I must become the seal and be chained here.
So it's not only that he created the seal, he is the seal. Wow.
I agreed to that. After my father's death, my sister ruled Milvaria. I had to be the one to do this.
But no.
I had nothing else I wanted to do anyway. I was bored of my life in the royal palace. I had no one I loved.
Now you do, though?
I was simply bored of the entire world.
Tifa, what?
I thought it was a small price to pay. That I could protect sister and this nation simply by being chained here for eternity. I thought I'd have no regrets.
See, you sound like you're going to say, except for now you have regrets because we fell in love, but you don't remember me because you're not your ghost. All the loose pieces connected as one, but the cruel truth that surfaced from it made me feel powerless. This is the eternal prison, so our boyfriend's just going to be here forevers? Oh, you know what? Wait. We'll break the seal. We'll free Tifalet, and then we'll destroy the Deimos with fucking Wilhelm because he hasn't pieced out. There you go. If that's not what happens, I'm going to chuck this game across the room. Metaphorically. But, like, I mean, if it happens any other way and we get rid of the Deimos and we free Tifalet, great. But, like, I'm just saying because, like, in every other one, Wilhelm's like, I'm going to die. I'm disappearing. And he has not brought that up. He's just been a feisty little bitch about wanting to fight this whole time, right? And now this will be the battle. You have to fight fucking ghost monster things. So, like, that's huge. You can, I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's a challenge. So, yeah. You know.
You said you knew my ghost, did you not?
So that's what's going to happen. That's my prediction, and that's how we get a happy ending with Tifalet instead of our boyfriends permanently chained down here.
He was the thing I wished for after the pact was sealed. I asked the demon to let me watch over the town, even if the people would eventually forget about me.
Forget about you?
I can give you a better explanation.
Mephisto interrupted, and I glared at him with reproach reflexively.
You do know about the rumors of the mage's curse, correct?
Of course.
And that is no curse. It's a part of the pact. As he desired, no one is able to get deeply involved with him.
Huh?
He cannot love. And he cannot be loved.
Well, that's physically impossible because he loves me and I love him, so...
He will simply observe this town forever. And that is why whenever someone approaches him, a sort of magic backlash activates. No one can come close to him. Anyone he knew will eventually forget about him.
That's not true. Tifalet has friends. He has Chalet, Guido, and many more. There's no way they'll forget about him.
Yes, they will.
Mephisto stated that without hesitation.
Unfortunately, mages generally live long lives. Humans in general do not care about others as much as you think.
Also, a mage lives a long life, so they'll grow old and they'll be like, oh yeah, Tifalet, we remember it. Yeah, we know that guy. And then they're going to die before, and then, so it's not like necessarily that Guido will forget Tifalet. Guido will eventually just die and Tifalet will still be here. But other people, it won't be like Guido won't tell people, oh, my friend Tifalet. Like, Chalet is weird, but...
And Tifalet's ghost will also forget about them in the same way.
Which explains his whole, like, usually people tell me their stories and I don't give a fuck. It's not that he's a douche, it's just he's a ghost and that's part of the curse. Okay, sure, okay. But it's like, dude, that comes across kind of like cunty when you say shit like that. But now it makes sense. Me judging Tifalet. Before we find out, it's like, no, he's just a ghost who's destined to forget everyone and not give a fuck because he's going to forget everything. All right.
For example, in 30 years when Guido ages and dies, all the memories related to him will vanish from the ghost. In other words...
You know when Guido's gonna die? That's sad. He's only seems like he's like 30 or 40. What the fuck?
The other Tifalet can never build memories with anyone within him.
Liar! I grabbed Mephisto by his clothes. I don't believe anything you say! That has to be a lie! Just let Tifalet out of there! Unchain him right now!
That's not possible.
Tifalet's voice and expression caused my whole body to tense up. Wilhelm, we gotta fight a bunch of Deimos and a demon! Are we gonna kill Mephisto? Shit.
If I were to be gone from here, the Deimos would break the seal and be unleashed.
Tifa...
You seem to be close with my other self. Did he say anything terrible to you? I hope he didn't cause you any trouble.
No. I barely prevented myself from collapsing. There'd been many sad things until now. I mean, this also explains, again, I mean, it definitely explained why Tifalet, well, Ghost version, hated the tree, because he would know subconsciously that he is trapped under here and that's, the tree is him. You know what I mean? And why he hates Mephisto, because Mephisto is really what, I mean, you sold your life to Mephisto, basically, but you made that choice, but it doesn't mean you don't like Mephisto. You know what I mean? Like, Mephisto could have been like, yeah, no, I'll give you that power, because, like, Deimos are evil. Instead, Mephisto's like, ha, 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 torture you for eternity. I mean, you'd still be mad at the demon, you know, because, like, you were trying to do something good for people, and look, now you're tortured for all eternity. So, of course, you're not going to like Mephisto for that. You know what I mean? But even if you made the choice yourself, you're still pissed at the demon for it. So, because the terms didn't have to be cunty like this. But, you know, and also, if Tifalet gets close to the tree, maybe he remembers and the ghost shouldn't remember or something. I don't know. But we already kind of knew why Tifalet, we kind of assumed why Tifalet hated the tree and Mephisto had something to do with his memories. So now we know exactly what's going on with the tree. I barely prevented myself from collapsing. There have been many sad things until now. When my village burned down, when Mom collapsed crying, when Gustav almost killed me, they were all very painful. But none of them were as painful as this very moment. I don't know if we're going to get his ending in this part. That's actually the reason why I'm here right now, Mage. Mephisto? I'm sure you can sense it, but she has the cursed sword inside of her. That must be the catalyst which allowed her to excessively interfere with that ghost. What? And that's causing us some trouble. The seal is now unstable. We're now in grave danger. Huh? Again, whip out your cursed sword and kill all the Deimos. So I'm planning to erase you from her memory. May I have your permission to do so? Mephisto! No! What are you saying? This seems like it would be a bad ending. Tears immediately flowed. I knew how ruthless Mephisto was. In the moment Tifalet allowed him, he would do it. Her existence near him will break the seal and lay waste to your sacrifice. I said no! I grabbed Mephisto's arm and shook it. That was all I could do. I see. There seems to be no other choice. Okay, this is where we whip out our sword and attack fucking Mephisto. Listen, I love you, but you're not taking Tifalet from me right now, so I'm gonna have to kill my demon boyfriend. Alright. Tifalet? My duty is to protect this town, after all. Those tears for me. Was he so close that you would have been so sad for me? No. Will you please tell me your name? I'm sure we'll never meet again, but I'd love to remember you. No. No, I won't! Whip out Wilhelm. Oh, no, instead she kisses him. How adorable. Look at the little CG. I was like, something's about to happen. I figured it was going to be a CG. I didn't think it was going to be this. Oh. Please don't say such a thing. It's me. Did you really forget everything? I'll never say my name. Because I know you know it. When you remember it, let's get out of here together. What? You know my name. You should remember everything. We gazed at the stars together. And then you said, I don't want to forget you. I said that. I slightly nodded and combed my fingers through Tifalet's hair. His hair was so long it touched the ground, but it still looked beautiful and shiny. I love you. I don't want to be separated from you, and I don't want you to forget about me. Remember. Please remember me. I was helpless. The only thing I was better at than the others was fighting with the sword, but it was completely useless right now. I didn't know magic or how to cast spells. All I I could do was cry like this while repeating those words. Tifalet, you said you loved me.
Huh?
You said it over and over again. You had feelings for me. You loved me.
Me? I loved you.
He looks like he's in such pain right now, trying the fact that he can't remember. Yes. I hugged him tightly. We saw so many shooting stars together. You turned the moonlight into a stone with magic. See right here, I'm wearing it. We went to the festival together. You wrote your wish onto the lantern. My devastation was indescribable. I tried so hard to find a way to save Tifalet. Tifalet, please, please remember my name. I kissed him once. His eyes seemed to waver slightly. There was a hint of confusion in his gaze.
Blue eyes. He looked at me. She delivered the flowers to my shop.
Tifalet?
The shooting stars. The moon. She loved them. Oh, right. Her name was...
Tifalet's fingers stiffly moved and cut my cheek.
Spacey, is that you?
All we had to do was beg him and kiss him. Stop it, I'm gonna cry. We're about to destroy the world, but like, fuck it, I don't even care. Holy shit.
Oh, my girl.
Tifalet, thank goodness. You remembered me. Yes, it's me. Oh, thank goodness. Huh? The joy of him calling my name was short-lived. Tifalet's expression darkened.
If only you didn't remember.
That's okay, I got the cursed sword. We can save this. It's fine. Mephisto?
Humans are so interesting. They willingly throw themselves into bottomless pits.
What's wrong, Tifalet? You just remembered me, right? Then let's run away from...
I can't. Remembering you won't break the pact I sealed with him.
I know that. So we can think of some other way. Slay the demon.
Oh. Are you suggesting a new pact? Now, wish for whatever you like.
Seriously, whip out Wilhelm and kill Mephisto. I love Mephisto and I'm suggesting we slaughter him, but like, I'm just saying, he said he can't die or anything, but he didn't say, unless you chop off my head with a cursed sword. He doesn't know. We don't know. It's worth a shot. Right? I'm just saying. Cursed sword. Use it. Wilhelm's been waiting our whole lives for this. Mephisto, you...
Unlike that unconscious woman over there, you have many things you can offer.
Oh, Mia's unconscious now? When did that happen? I mean, she was here and then... Did she fall unconscious after she almost slit my throat? I don't know.
A pure soul must shine so bright in my hands.
Stop! Tifalet's hostile tone and expression proved how dangerous of a demon Mephisto was.
I'll never let you do that. You don't have to act so tough, mage. You must know why the Lunaria flowers have started to wither. Actually, you can seal another pact with me.
Huh?
If you so desire, I can imprison her with you. And then you two will be together forever.
You know, I'm not opposed to that. I feel like we should whip out the sword and destroy the Deimos and save the world and free Tifalet, and that would be the perfect happy ending, because I could understand if you're playing a normal game, how do you get around, he's the seal, and if we break the seal, which is Tifalet, and we free him, then the Deimos all get out, and then it's just darkness forever, and that would be kind of bad. And that would be a good bad ending in a game, in a normal game, right? And then being trapped with him forever is like the best ending if you had like a weird twisted kind of game where you're like, okay, the best ending is we're with him, but we're kind of trapped for eternity. That's, okay. It's one of those, right? But this one, everything else ends like super fucking happy. So like, the super fucking happy is we free fucking Tifalet and we use the goddamn cursed sword! They're definitely dragging out his ending. Which, I mean, is fine, but I also feel like they could have put more of the meat of his story and, like, a little bit more. I don't know. I just feel like his is weighted very weirdly. You know? Because there's just so much in the end. You're like, end chapter, and you're like, what? And, wait, what? And now there's so much that I feel like it's been 84 years, and it's like, we're never going to get to the end. I thought we were going to get the end in this point, but we're still now here talking about the past, and then we're still... I'm going to guess we're going to fight the Deimos with the cursed sword, because otherwise that would be stupid! It would be so stupid to not do that! You know what I mean? Although Wilhelm said he was never waking up again. But again, I feel like that's just shit writing. For it to be like, yeah, I'm never going to wake up again, and then, okay, now we just forget that the cursed sword exists. It's like it's not even here. It's pointless now. Instead of, he pieced out. And every other route, he's been like, I'm fading away, and we've had a little battle for him, and he's like, yeah, I can go unhappy now. And you're like, okay. And this one, he's like, fine, fuck you, I'm just gonna go to sleep forever. But I feel like him saying he's never gonna wake up again, if we were gonna fight the Deimos, he absolutely would wake up, because he'd be like, fuck, this is difficult, and I'm here for this. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's shit writing for them to be like, well, in Tifalet's ending, what we should do is just... like, have them be trapped forever. And it's like, doesn't she have a curse sword? Well, we'll just have Wilhelm say he's never going to wake up again. And then there you go. And it's like, that's such a fucking cop-out. That's so stupid. So I'm bitching about it now so that, like, when we whip out the curse sword and everything works out the way that I expect, then, you know, I'll be like, I bitched about it for nothing. But I'm just saying, if they don't do that, dumb as fuck. But anyway. What?
You want her, do you not? Tifalet, your desire is what's weakening the seal. Because your ghost fell in love with her. Because he desired not to be separated from her. And because you regretted and started to despise the pact we sealed. Wrong! That is not true!
Tifalet's refined features twisted in agony.
I would never...
He kept shaking his head as if he were trying to escape from something.
If only I never met you.
Tifalet?
We should have only exchanged greetings in town, so you'd eventually forget me. But the more I knew it, you were by my side. And that brought me such joy. You would laugh and sulk in front of me, and that made me even happier. I wanted to have you all to myself. Now I no longer want to let you go.
Tifalet turned away. Again, we have a really good solution to this.
No. That's something I must never desire. I can never ask you to be by my side.
Tifalet?
There's no need to resist, mage. When two souls in love come together, even the eternal prison shall become a sweet honeymoon.
I mean...
Stop! Why? You love this girl, do you not? Don't you want to keep her by your side?
This is where, like, because we're too stupid to think about it, we need Wilhelm to be like, can we just kill this fucking demon already?
Be quiet. Don't say anything. Then you don't mind if this girl becomes another man's?
Mephisto!
Imagine this, mage. She will love another man, age, and die beside someone else.
Shut up!
If you wish, she will stay with you along with her youth and beauty. What greater happiness could there be?
I mean, what Mephisto's offering doesn't sound bad. You get to be together forever. And like, yes, okay, there's something and like, oh, we're growing old together and whatever, and then you're just, but one of you's gonna die, then the other, but like, Tifalet's never gonna age, so us aging without him is gonna kind of suck. But like, if you were like, then in the afterlife, you get to be with the person you love the most, your soulmate, and then you're like, look, we're in the primes of our lives forever. Like, that'd be awesome, right? So we're just skipping the growing old and everything and just stopping everything now. I mean, I'm not really in the prime of my life. I'm like a teenager, but like, whatever, you know? But like, sure. We're just skipping the whole growing old together life part and just going right to the afterlife. So it's not necessarily a terrible thing. But again, whip out the cursed sword, fight the Deimos, and free Tifalet already.
Shut your mouth, demon.
I mean, not that I'm not enjoying this, but I'm like, if they don't fucking do that, I'm going to be kind of annoyed.
That's so rude. Love is beautiful. It even fills the heart of a proud mage who protected the capital with desire and envy. I did nothing. You simply desired for this. I can read your inner desires like the back of my hand, mage. You don't want her taken by another man. You want her for yourself. Right? How about we chain her to this cage? Then you'll never lose her.
Hey, a cage! And chains! Mephisto's kinky. Mephisto. What, Mephisto, stop this. I know it's not what she's saying. Stop this. Oh, whipped out the cursed sword! Whipped out the cursed sword! Good! I summoned the cursed sword and pointed it at Mephisto.
You can try, but you cannot kill me.
You don't know that! Who's ever tried to kill you with a cursed sword?
Especially not with that cursed sword.
The despair continued to pile on.
How about you try cutting me?
Ugh! Huh. I swung down as hard as I could, but the cursed sword passed through Mephisto. Damn, I was really hoping, like, we could still fight the Deimos with it. What's happening? I swung the sword again and again, but the result was the same. What's going on? I touched the tip of the cursed sword. I felt a slight, sharp pain.
I did say you cannot kill me.
No. I tried to think of another way. Then I came up with an idea. Tifalet wasn't able to leave here. At this rate, not only would we be separated, but also my memory of him would be erased.
You may make a wish, Maiden of the Cursed Sword. You do not want to be separated from him, do you? Do you want him to forget you? We may be safe right now. The Lunaria flowers are withering, and some students are getting ill, though. But when the seal is completely broken, imagine what may happen to the capital.
Again, can't we use the cursed sword? We can't kill Mephisto, but...
Or is your affection and sense of justice that insignificant?
What?
Stop! Don't listen to the demon! Is the capital not worth protecting with your sacrifice? You don't love this man enough to be tied with him for eternity?
Stop!
Now make your choice, maiden. Desire it. You don't have much time left. Will you allow this beautiful nation of greenery to become a pit of darkness, overflowing with Deimos? Will you run away by yourself, unable to save anyone?
Stop. I want to protect them. Yeah, we're just going to forget that the cursed sword exists. They're just going to basically nerf the whole thing and be like, because he said he was never going to wake up again. That, like, because I'm pretty sure he could fucking do, like, we've seen Wilhelm do so much fucking magical shit that we would be able to fucking, that they'd be able to do, like, oh, and then he used his powers, and then blah, 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 and we fought the Deimos and whatever, and there's still some out there. We didn't get all of them, but for the most part, whatever. I gotta give the bird a break. Hold on. But we got a majority of them type of a thing, and yeah, it's not the beautiful, perfect piece, but it's not as bad as it could have been. 10 of them got out, and it's okay, though, because, we're rounding them up and finding them, and then whatever. We eventually got the piece back to normal after, like, a couple of months or something. You know what I mean? And it would just be, like, totally fucking fine, but they're gonna just be like, oh, well, whatever, no, we'll just pretend the cursed sword doesn't do anything, because he said he was gonna leave, so whatever, and it's like, that's just so fucking stupid. That's just so fucking stupid. I'm not begrudging the end of, like, we stay here forever with an eternity with Tifalet to protect the seal. Like, sure. Okay. I'm not begrudging that ending. I just feel like there's a better way to end this when you have a fucking magical fucking sword. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Tifalet's eyes opened wide. Then he looked away in pain.
No. Don't make that wish.
Tifalet,
you must forget about me. That's the pact that I've made. I chose to do this to protect the capital myself. This world of darkness doesn't suit you. You must leave at once. As thanks for presenting the show of romance, allow me to make a suggestion.
You!
The cursed sword could possibly be a replacement for the mage.
Okay, see? Well, alright. What?
The sword has a colossal amount of mana within it. Pouring all of it into the seal should be enough.
See, again, using the sword. I mean, we're doing that to Wilhelm, but, like, whatever. Is that even possible? And he said he was... Okay, alright. If they're gonna go with... Wilhelm said he was never going to wake up again, so we're going to use the sword, and that's kind of against what he would want, to be trapped forever, but he's pieced out. He's sleeping forever. Cool! Whatever! Weird shouldn't feel bad. It's basically like he's gone. We just pretend he disappeared. But he didn't. He's still trapped here, but he refuses to answer us, so good enough. Sorry, Wilhelm!
Yes, if you can withstand the suffering of your guilty conscience and everyone's reprimand, that is.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
If you use up all the cursed sword's mana on the seal, the sword will disappear. That is to say, the sword and the soul inside.
Well, he was going to disappear anyway.
The kings who were overjoyed at obtaining the cursed sword would be disappointed. They may even treat you as a criminal.
No, because we would explain to the queen what we did to free Tifalet, and we made the choice to keep the seal permanent so he wouldn't be trapped forever, because giving up a magical sword is less important than a person. I mean, yes, okay, Wilhelm's soul's in here, so that's a little complicated, but, like, Wilhelm's refuses to wake up ever again, you know, whatever. But then his soul would also be freed. I don't know if it would necessarily be trapped. And, you know. And I don't believe this bullshit, because we know that when they said, oh, Wilhelm's power was dwindling and he went off, they were like, oh, well, nothing we can do about it, and nobody was pissed, so I think we'll be fine.
But I also think it's a great opportunity to test your love. How about it?
Mephisto, I had no idea what to expect from beings called demons. I assume no one else did.
Don't you have a wish?
I'm assuming that was actually Mia asking us. Instructor Mia had asked me that. Yeah, it was her. It seems you've yet to find something worth risking your life for. Some cling on to God, others pledge their souls to a demon for their dreams. Okay. Now I have no idea whose flashbacks those were. He had asked me that when I first came to Nirvana. Mephisto, if I decided to seal a pact with you, what must I offer you?
To release him.
No! Don't ever do that!
Do not let him deceive you. Even if you released me, you'll be the one imprisoned. Now that brings me back. Do all women think alike? She said the same thing 100 years ago.
Mephisto looked over at the entrance of the underground. Queen Kiora? Ooh, okay. We're a little over time. I don't think we're going to get the ending, because then there's also, we're going to have to go through the end and probably doing whatever. There's going to be a little more conversation. But this scene's already going on a little bit. I'm going to stop here with now the arrival of the queen. And we'll probably finish his ending in the next part. Again, if it's like 5 minutes, I'll put everything together or whatnot, but it's already like, I was going to say an hour and a half, an hour and 5 minutes. We're already over an hour, and it's like, we'll just see what happens. So anyway, I will see you guys next time. I know I'm cock blocking us in the middle of a scene, but it is what it is. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.